The Sahyadris shaped a world of water, rocks, and forests, creating a landscape astonishingly rich in life. And here, people seems to live with nature rather than against it. Their homes built so gently into these mountains as if they were part of the landscape itself. And somewhere along these winding roads, the mountains begin to reveal their astonishing wildlife. For more than a decade, I have traveled across this country, and it has never stopped surprising me. Sometimes it feels as if India itself is a trailer for a grand film called The Planet Earth. Look closer, and these mountains reveal another world of insects, spiders, reptiles, and wildflowers, the small gods of the Sahyadris. To understand these mountains better, I chose to follow the Great Indian Trail, a route thoughtfully mapped away from highways and big cities. It slows you down until you are no longer just passing through the landscape but becoming part of it. A giant squirrel announces the beginning of the morning rituals. And with the day underway, the first ritual is feeding. These squirrels spend most of their lives in the canopy. Besides fruits and nuts, they also feed on the bark of their favorite tree. During winter, the ficus tree fruits heavily and draws in all kind of wildlife. Pied hornbills arrive here in the morning to feed, but they don't just grab whatever they can. With so much food around, they take their time, picking only the ripest fruits. And sometimes, a hornbill lovingly chooses the right fig and offers it to its mate, a small gesture of care and perhaps love. And everyone has their own way, their own preferences when it comes to feeding. This Ayora, for instance, seems to prefer doing it upside down. And these black-throated munias carefully pick a seed and roll it in their beak to strip off the husk before eating it. In the western Ghats, food is everywhere, but nothing waits for you. The spawned heron knows that very well. Already on its second meal, it gulps down a cookery snake in one swift move. But not every hunter gets it that easy. Some have to work for every bite, like this flycatcher. Here water is everywhere, and wherever there is water, something is happening. Something feeding, something watching, something waiting for its turn. Then, from all the calm, a grey headed fish eagle drops in and grabs a fish bigger than it can fly with. Too big to carry, too nutritious to leave behind. So it drags its catch to the edge into the reeds and begins to feed, pausing often, keeping a close watch on everything around it. And then there is Old Magazine House, a legendary place, and for decades, a favorite stop for these gods of the Ghats. Here, water is offered in many forms: bamboo hollows, earthen pots, and shallow puddles on the ground. And each bird has its own preference. Some like to perch and sip, some stay low, some needs a little pool of their own. Same water, different habits. And my favorite thing at Old Magazine House is watching these gods take a bath.
Colors in my head, dishes in the kitchen sink, radio humming, the birds are singing, calling in the morning breeze. Pictures on the shelf, whispers of another life, footsteps fading, feeling haunted, chasing down the evening light. I'm not one of the young anymore, time's got me down. If this is meant to be, then why am I spinning out? Walking the line like somebody who's figured it out. I've never been this old before. Told you better do it all right now. The moment's fleeting, disappearing. Go and find it in the clouds. I'm not one of the young anymore, time's got me down. If this is meant to be,
and after a few days on the road, it was our turn to be looked after. The long drives, the dust, and the constant swing in climate had finally caught up with us. We fell sick. And just when we needed it most, we found windy hills. Mr. Dilip Joglekar welcomed us in, let us pitch our tent on his property, fed us, and looked after us. And he asked for nothing in return. In no time, we were back on our feet. He even took us around the area, introducing us to insects and vegetation that people like us might have easily overlooked. And it reminded me, some of the kindest and the most generous people in this country live in this land. The true gods of the Ghats. And I know I have only scratched the surface. There is so much more here, more stories to tell, more to learn, and more reasons to return. After losing my job to AI, I have decided to devote myself more seriously to fieldwork, conservation, and stories like this. So if you would like to support this journey, please join me on Patreon, buy me a coffee, or simply subscribe and share. It truly helps me keep going. Until next time, goodbye.